Well, hello again, everybody. Boyd back with you, and here is another update on our AMT ERTL Vorcha class Klingon attack cruiser. I apologize to you guys. The last couple days, I just kind of went to town on this thing, and I didn't stop to really film too many updates on it. It went together so fast and everything that I made some pretty good progress, and I figured, well, I better give an update before I completely finish it here. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys what I've been working on. You can see I've got it all pretty much in one piece here, and I've got it mounted on a Polar Lights stand, and I wanted to show you what I'm doing with this. This is the kit supplied mounting base, and it's kind of small and everything, so, and it had a couple little slots cut in the top here for the mounting arm to come up and attach to the model. So I filled those in with some Evercoat, and I'm going to drill a round hole on that. This has a nice dome shape to it, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount it on top of this Polar Light base, and our little rod will go right through the center of it. We're going to paint all this nice background, the Klingon colors of the green and yellow and red with a gold background, and that should turn out pretty nice. Add some spruce to our mounting base here a little bit, and then we'll put a little power switch in below that. But here's the work that you can see I've done on the model. You can see that I've got some Evercoat in these seams here on both sides of the pylons, letting that dry right now, similar to what we had to do on the Katinga. And here you'll notice that the actual kit was missing one of these red inserts here for the engine grills, so I'm going to make one myself and just tint that with some transparent red and get that done today. But pretty much all the main work is done on the model. The biggest modification I did to it was I decided to cut these grills out. Now what I did to do that is I went back and got a grinder and went on the back side of this and got the plastic really thin, and then I just took a hobby knife and just cut out the little sections in between the bars there, and then took a file and cleaned them all up, and put some backlighting in green behind that, and I really think that looks cool. I'm not sure at all if it was done that way on the show or not, but I really think it adds something to the model and gives it some life there in the back. Here you can see we've got our impulse engines and our torpedo tube at the rear, and there's some window lighting. I'm going to turn the light off in a second. I wanted to show you guys the color that I chose. I looked at a lot of pictures up close of the model, and it's definitely not a mint green. This color might be a little bit hard to see in this video here too, but it's a gray, but it's definitely got some green in there, and it's a really light shade of green. And then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going back and doing a wash on this, so bring out some of the panel details, and then a little bit of airbrush detailing. So, and there's some markings that go on it here and there, and it'll help really spruce it up. Here's a look at it in some low light. You can see all the windows that we've put in. Now what I've done up here at the front is at this bridge area, I decided what I wanted to do is I lit these little windows here, but then I put this SMD on the bottom side of that to give sort of a splashing floodlight effect underneath of that kind of spreads out there, and I really like how that looks. It brings out a lot of the detail on that forward section there, and you can kind of see the disruptor cannon there on the front a little bit better. So I thought that was kind of cool, and again, I don't know if that's canon or not, but I decided to do it, so I went with it. And you can see we've got all these little windows here and there on the top and the bottom, and our forward section here of the bridge, the elevated bridge or control rooms or whatever they are. And you can see we've got our lit deflector dish here underneath, and the nice glowing green grills. I really like that, guys. I think like I said, I don't know if at all if that was canon or not, but I think it really brings something to life on the top of the model where it looked just kind of plain, and it's pretty cool looking. Now we don't have any crystal clear in these windows, and that's where you're seeing this little twinkling action going on. That'll all disappear once we fill those in, and they'll actually light up a little bit more crisp and clear too. You can see the ones that we've got going on in the various locations here. And I really, really like this model now. The design of this ship is really starting to grow on me. It's got a lot of detail on it, and pretty cool. And it's definitely, it definitely looks Klingon. So, okay guys, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move along a little further here. I'm going to get these seams taken care of. I'm going to come back and get this sanded down here, get this painted and mounted on the base, and then we're going to move forward. We're going to start doing some painting detail on this today. So I'll be back with some more progress on that in just a couple seconds, guys. Be right back. Okay guys, it's been about an hour or so and I'm back with you. I got quite a bit of work done on this. You can see I'm really pleased with how my little base turned out here. That's the Polar Lights, standard Polar Lights base on the bottom. I put some gloss coat on that, and then I painted the kit supplied base there, the nice Klingon insignia, and painted that up and glossed it, and Drilled a little hole. We filled all that center section in and cleaned that up and made the mounting rod go through there. And the contour of it sits really nice on top of this base, and I like how the tips of the Klingon insignia kind of stick out there, and looks really good. I'm going to mount a nice little one of my push button power switches here, and that'll finish that off really nice. I'm really pleased with that, and you can see we've got the seams finished up on the pylons here. Those turned out really good, and pretty much all the major parts are done on this model. I've got to paint the rear disruptor cannons here and mount those. Those are supposed to be yellow. They're painted separately, and I'll install those. But here's a shot of the model in the dark, and you can see how nice all the engine stuff glows on it and all of our windows. We're going to get some twinkling on it here and there because there's no canopy glue put in those yet, but I'll show that at the very end when I do that. Lots of people keep asking about how I do the windows, so I'll show that again when we go back and do all that on this one. And we'll take you around the other side here and show you the windows. And there's a lot of windows on this. It looks really cool. It makes the model look nice and big, and there's some on the bottom. And here's a shot of the front part of the ship here. You can see the nice disruptor cannon there in the front, and the deflector dish underneath, and the lit bridge and everything. And I like that splash effect with the light there on the top. I think that gives it kind of some scale too, and it kind of shows some of those shapes that are on there. So if you just kind of do a fly over it, it kind of gives a little bit of scale with all the lights and everything. And you can see our nice green impulse engine grills. And here at the back you can see the impulse engine ports, and the ports on the back of the warp engines are all lit up really nice. So yeah, this model turned out really, really good. I'm really pleased with it. And I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't a big fan of this design, but after working on it and seeing all the detail of it, it really is a cool little model. And despite it only being a little over 13 inches long, it is in scale with the Enterprise D. It's a 1/1400, so it'll be a nice piece to display next to that model. So pretty cool. What I'll be doing next is tomorrow afternoon I'm going to come back and do my wash on this. I'm going to give it a light wash to bring out some of the details on it. A little bit of airbrushing here and there, paint on some of the panel details. Then we'll apply all the decals, and this one will be wrapped up. We'll finish up by, again, putting the power switch on there and connecting it to a power supply. And we're going to do all the crystal clear or canopy glue in the windows, and she'll be wrapped. So I really enjoyed building this one. Alright guys, well that's it for today. We're going to come back tomorrow again with a final on this one. And then this weekend we're starting Robert's TOS 350. And we're going to do the round 2 lighting kit on that one, so we'll get started on that, and we'll have some updates for that. And then we're going to pick another project here to start on. So we'll see you then, guys. Until then, have a happy 4th of July. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you later. Happy modeling.